Hello, beautiful Write and Shine community. My year officially just got better with this incredible guest with me. I've been bombarding her with questions I'm just so excited to meet incredible people like her. And, with the incredible work that she does, I do believe we are all born with an incredible gift to serve the world. And I cannot wait for her to tell us more. Leoni, please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Hi, hello. Thank you for having me. My name's Leoni Bolt, and I'm also known as the confidence creator because I work with women in a really quite vulnerable space to give them confidence and self worth. And I've been a boudoir photographer for over 10 years. So I've been a photographer for 18, and now I predominantly just work with women in helping them to feel good about themselves and just step into maybe a new identity of the woman that they want to become.
Yo, that's such a powerful. There's so much to unpack in those sentences. And but first of all, I know there's a lot of people that will also ask, please tell us more about the word boudoir that I asked you earlier as well, because it was the first time I've heard of it. And it's very exciting. I think it's an incredible niche that you have. And then also tell us exactly how it would look like working with you.
Okay, yeah. So boudoir is essentially a French word that means lady's bedroom. So it's a lot of lingerie, maybe some artful nudes, but it's really just holding space for women to express themselves and step into different parts of their personality or, just be who they want to be outside of society's expectations, helping them to fall in love with themselves again.
That's so beautiful. Like, why haven't I met you earlier? Type of thing. Because it's interesting how society almost makes you feel guilty for loving yourself. If we have to be
Yeah.
very frank, like I come from, a background of, you're taught to put others in front of yourself. I mean, that's what you're taught
Mm.
at a very early age. And what you do is basically say you need to love yourself and then give from a space of loving yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I often say to clients, sort of even in that first sort of phone call, that it's about coming back to that sovereign self love so that you feel whole and complete within yourself. And you don't need anyone else to complete you. But if you do find that person, then that's just an added bonus.
Oh, love that so much. And Leonie, what is one of your favorite moments up to now during your 10 years of doing this?
Oh, I've got so many stories from women that come back to me afterwards and tell me how it's completely changed their life.
Mm.
Like they might go and ask their boss for a raise because they know they're worth more. I've seen a lady that did that. Her daughter then saw her, doing these sorts of things, and she was, early 20s, and it had that ripple effect. Oh, mum's doing these things, it's time for me to step up my game. I'm going to go and apply for these jobs that I'm totally not qualified for. And she got her dream job.
Wow.
I've also seen it go the other way where, you know, there was one particular woman who was a lawyer. She had the fancy house, fancy car, the white picket fence and the nuclear family. But when she came to pick up her photos, she'd shaved her head, dyed it pink. And I was like, oh, this is a different look. And she said, yeah, this made me realize that I've spent my whole life living up to other people's expectations and ticking all the boxes for what I thought I was supposed to be doing, but I don't want any of it anymore. And, I've quit my job. I'm starting my own business. I've left my husband. And I was just like, wow, for that to be the catalyst for so much change. Yeah, it's incredible.
Sure. And it's almost like people are just waiting for that moment to get out of the cocoon. So it's almost like you capture those butterflies coming out of the cocoon.
Yeah, it's giving them permission.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. And for people out there looking and thinking, oh, they feel unworthy. I mean, there's imposter syndrome, there's fear of, anything daring almost, because you tell yourself from a space of not feeling good enough. What advice would you give people? Where do they start loving themselves?
Look, there's so much that you can do on a really basic level. Just having gratitude for the things in your life, whether it's the cup of coffee or the sun on your face, just starting with little things like that, journaling, giving yourself the space and time to really feel into what it is that you want.
Sure. Love that. And it's interesting. I told you about a book I wrote, and for me, I was I think I lost my identity completely when I was married to years ago. And basically, I didn't know what I liked. So it's so aligned with what you
Yeah,
say. I didn't know what music I like. I didn't know what was my favorite drink anymore. So you get lost
yeah,
in other stuff, motherhood, all that. And it's like you give someone the permission to just be free within yourself.
yeah. Yeah, and that's what I noticed, and that's why I started on this journey, I started as when I became a mother myself, and I realized how much I'd lost my identity in that journey. Prior to that, I'd been backpacking the world solo for 6 years, discovering who I was and, my values and all of that sort of thing. And then all of a sudden, married, mortgage, children, and I just went, wow, who even am I?
I think we all go through it. It's like go to bed 8 o'clock. Don't be like, who am I? No, I totally get it. And
Uh,
I love that your empowering moment, you're paying it forward with every person you help.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just helping people see their personal power,
Sure.
because sometimes you're blind to it yourself.
I agree. It's amazing. Now, I'm so, so, so excited to have met you today. And if anyone wants to work with you or reach out to you, where can they find you?
So if you look for Leoni Bolt, now I'll spell it out for you because it's quite unique, and that's why you can find me just by searching my name. LeoniBolt.
Perfect.
And so I've got multiple websites and social media accounts and everything, but everything comes back to my personal brand. So if you search for that, you'll be able to find me.
Absolutely brilliant. And Leonie, for the Rise the Worthy Woman magazine, you're a contributor. What will you
Yes.
be sharing about in Joe's magazine? What story of courage will you be sharing?
Well, like I just touched on with the traveling solo for 6 years, that was straight out of school.
Sure.
And that was a pivotal moment for me to realize, like, I didn't feel like it was a moment of courage in that moment. um I just followed my intuition, I did whatever I felt like, but then I look back at it now and I realize how brave it was to do, but it was also a really great journey in discovering, my values and what I wanted. And I came back and started an arts degree and got into photography. um and from there, I opened my own studio, which was scary in its own, because then you've got, like, to pay the rent, and you've got to get enough bookings and all of that sort of thing. And that was a really scary moment for me as well, but I'm so glad that I did it and I trusted in myself to be able to make that happen.
Well done. Now I honor your journey and I'm so excited to be connected and to see you grow from strength to strength and also the people you're helping. Thank you so much, Leonie.
Thanks, Marguerite.
And for everyone watching, feel free to reach out to the amazing Leonie. I'm absolutely in awe to meet incredible women from around the world who serves the world with their gifts and also with their stories. Keep on writing, keep on rising, and also keep on shining. Bye bye.